One of the greatest players in history was cheated out of his career.
I noticed Mahmoud was not standing for the national anthem.
Am I saying that everything in America is bad? No. But wherever the bad is, as a Muslim, we don't stand for it.
Mahmoud never said, I'm gonna burn the house down, but the Klan burned his house down.
His willingness to take a stand, we should be celebrated for that.
Shout out to Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, man. One of the ones. I grew up in SEC country, so I watched him at LSU. I watched him when he was a whole nother player, and he became and transcended in who we know him to be. He was always a dope shooter. Always had, man. You talking about fast? You talking about fast and electric, and then had the. He was the first guy I saw shoot the ball and pulls his hands back. You know guys would shoot and go like this? He was the first person I would see come off pick and rolls and just let it fly. And he reminded me a lot of Pearl Washington, who was one of my favorites to watch up in the Big East, who played for Syracuse. And Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf was one of those ones that had that same style, but a better jump shot. You know what I'm saying? Pearl didn't take a lot of jump shots. He got to the rack a lot. Mahmoud was the same way. And then when he got into the league, he took on a whole another energy and another belief in what he was seeing in his life. And he was still one of these ones. I remember Will Avery, shout out to Will Avery, was a rookie. And we was beating the brakes off. I forget who he was with. I want to say the Grizzlies when they was in Vancouver. But I went to Will Avery, said, "Hey, listen, you got to guard. You got to guard my man. You know, he's serious. He can put some points up." Will was like, "Nah, it's garbage time. You know what I'm saying?" I was like, "No, young fella, this is what I'm telling you." He got there, waved me off. Fuck out of here. Boom. He get in here, man. Dude, get like, man, not call him dude, but Mahmoud got like 25 in like a 6 minute. Like a 6 minute work, like came in and got some work off. But he was one of them ones, and again, he stood for another cause and social when it wasn't cool to stand for it.
Yeah.
And he was bringing awareness to a lot of things that was going on in the neighborhoods and just stuff that was going on from our community. And yeah, league kind of doused him. League kind of outed him and just made a mockery of him and got, I don't want to say a mockery, but they definitely put it down like, nah. You going against the establishment, and then you didn't hear from him, or you didn't see him anymore. He didn't go to any other leagues, and when you did hear from him, it had a purpose, and yeah. But
he was Kaepernick before Kaepernick.
Facts.
I mean, he stood on his beliefs.
Yeah.
I remember just watching him on TV. When we all go through the Pledge of Allegiance, he go into his prayer,
Facts.
and he kind of turned his back.
Facts.
That was part of his beliefs because he didn't feel like America stood up for him. And so, every man, and that has to go, that's the thing about the constitutional rights. Everybody get a chance to like freedom of speech. And he didn't get that. And for that, he was blackballed from the league. And,
I'm glad Showtime did a piece on it.
And this is definitely something we're going to have to watch, because it's going to give me more in-depth view of what he went through and what, his stand was for.
Yeah.
I don't know completely 100%. I'm speaking off what I see. But I'm glad that Showtime that they're going to put something together because I can get a better in-depth view of what he went through during that time period.
I know that story, man. That should be a good one. Shout out to Showtime for that one, man, because that's going to be a good story.